Walk into the restaurant with confidence. Have you ever walked into a restaurant and suddenly forgotten every English word you know? You know what you want to say, but then the host smiles and asks, "How many?" And your mind goes completely blank. Don't worry. You are not bad at English. You simply need the right sentences. And today, that changes. Welcome to Speak English Confidently at the Restaurant. In this chapter, you will learn simple English sentences that you can actually use when you enter a restaurant in the United States. No difficult grammar, no long sentences, no complicated words. Just simple, natural American English. Imagine this. You open the restaurant door. You walk inside. The host looks at you and says, "Hi, welcome. How many people?" You can smile and say, "Hi, a table for two, please." That's it. Simple. Natural. Confident. If you are alone, say, "Just one, please." If you are with three people, say, "A table for three, please." And if you have a reservation, you can say, "Hi, I have a reservation." The host may ask, "What name is it under?" You can answer, "It's under Michael." Easy. Now, imagine the restaurant is busy. The host sees it'll be about 20 minutes. Don't panic. You can simply say, "That's okay. Thank you." Or, "Sure, no problem." These small sentences can make you sound calm and confident. Remember, you do not need perfect English to communicate. You need clear English. And confidence grows when you practice the same sentences again and again. So say these sentences out loud. "Hi, a table for two, please." "Just one, please." "I have a reservation. It's under Michael." "That's okay. Thank you." "Sure, no problem." Fantastic. You just learned some of the most useful English sentences for entering a restaurant. And here's the secret. Don't try to sound perfect. Try to sound comfortable. Speak slowly. Smile. Look at the person. And use simple words. That is real communication. Chapter 2. Getting to your table. You made it through the restaurant door. You spoke English. You asked for your table. And guess what? You did it. But now, the host is walking towards you. Your heart beats a little faster. You wonder, what is he going to ask me? Maybe you feel nervous. Maybe you think, what if I don't understand? Stop right there. Take a breath. You don't need to be perfect. You just need a few simple sentences. Let's imagine the scene. The host smiles and says, "Right this way." You can simply say, "Thank you." That's it. As you walk to the table, the host may say, "Here's your table." You can smile and say, "Thank you so much." Now, you sit down. Look round. You see the menu. You see the plates. You see the glasses. You hear people talking. Everything feels new. But you are ready because you know what to say. Sometimes the host may ask, "Would you like a booth or a table?" A booth is a comfortable seat with benches, usually attached to the wall. If you want a booth, say, "A booth, please." If you want a regular table, say, "A table, please." And if you don't care, you can say, either one is fine. That sentence is incredibly useful. Either one is fine. It means you are okay with both choices. Now, imagine you have a problem. Maybe the table is too close to the entrance. You want another table. Don't panic. You can politely say, "Could we sit somewhere else, please?" Or, "Is there another table available?" These sentences sound polite and natural. And remember something important. Asking for something politely is not rude. You are allowed to speak. You are allowed to ask questions. You are allowed to take your time. You do not have to rush because someone is speaking English quickly. If you don't understand, use this powerful sentence. "Sorry, could you say that again?" That one sentence can save you in so many situations. Say again. "Sorry, could you say that again?" Excellent. Now, imagine the host speaks too fast. You smile and say, "Sorry, could you speak a little more slowly?" Perfect. You are not failing. You are communicating. That is the goal. So remember today's key sentences. Thank you. A booth, please. A table, please. Either one is fine. Is there another table available? Sorry, could you say that again? Could you speak a little more slowly? Say them with confidence. Your English doesn't need to be perfect. Your courage comes first. Chapter 3. Ordering your drink with confidence. You are sitting at your table. The menu is in front of you. Your hands are calm now. But then, the server walks over and says, "Hi, what can I get you to drink?" Your heart suddenly jumps. What should I say? What if I make a mistake? What if my English sounds strange? Décabré. This is your moment to speak. You don't need a big sentence. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need one simple answer. You can say, "I'll have some water, please." That's natural. That's polite. And that's enough. The server might ask, "Still or sparkling?" If you want regular water, say, "Still, please." If you want sparkling water, say, "Sparkling, please." But maybe you want something else. Maybe you want iced tea. Say, "I'll have an iced tea, please." Maybe you want lemonade. Say, "I'll have a lemonade, please." Maybe you want soda. You can say, "I'll have a Coke, please." Notice something important. You don't need to say, "I would like to have one glass of Coca-Cola because I really want to drink it." That sounds too long. Instead, "I'll have a Coke, please." Shorty. Kliach. Natural. Now, imagine the server asks, "Would you like ice?" You can say, "Yes, please." Or, "No, thank you." Simple. What if you want extra ice? Say, "Extra ice, please." What if you want no ice? Say, "No ice, please." Now, imagine the server asks, "Anything else to drink?" You can say, "No, thank you." That's all. Or, if you want another drink, "Yes, I'll have a lemonade, too." And here comes an important confidence lesson. Sometimes you may not understand the question. That is completely okay. Look at the server and say, "Sorry, what was that?" Or, Could you repeat that, please? There is no shame in asking someone to repeat themselves. Actually, confident English speakers do it all the time. So don't hide. Don't whisper. Don't freeze. Speak! Your voice may shake at first. That's okay. Your first sentence may not be perfect. That's okay, too. Every time you speak, you become stronger. Now say these sentences aloud. I'll have some water, please. I'll have an iced tea, please. Yes, please. No, thank you. Extra ice, please. No ice, please. That's all. Thank you. Could you repeat that, please? Amazing! You just handled one of the most common restaurant conversations in American English. And now, the real challenge begins. Chapter 4. Ordering your food with confidence. The server is standing beside your table. You look at the menu. So many choices. Chicken, burgers, pasta, salads, soup. And suddenly, the server asks, "Are you ready to order?" Your heart starts beating faster. You think, "Oh no. What do I say?" Hélas. This moment is easier than you think. You don't need complicated English. You don't need to explain your whole life story. You just need a few powerful sentences. If you're ready, smile and say, "Yes, I'm ready to order." That sounds natural and confident. Now, let's say you want a burger. You can say, "I'll have the cheeseburger, please." Want chicken? "I'll have the grilled chicken, please." Pasta. "I'll have the pasta, please." That's it. Notice the pattern. I'll have. This is one of the most useful phrases you can learn at a restaurant. Now, imagine the server asks, "How would you like your burger?" Maybe you want everything on it. You can say, "Everything, please." Maybe you don't want onions. Say, "No onions, please." Tomatoes. No tomatoes, please. Want extra cheese? Extra cheese, please. See how easy this is. But what if you don't know what to order? Don't panic. Ask, "What do you recommend?" That is a fantastic restaurant sentence. The server might say, "Our chicken sandwich is very popular." You can respond, "That sounds good. I'll have that." Well, you just had a natural American English conversation. Now, imagine you want to know what's inside a dish. Ask, "What comes with that?" Or, "What does it come with?" Maybe you're wondering about a specific ingredient. Ask, "Does this have cheese?" Or, "Does this come with onions?" These questions are simple, polite, and useful. And remember this: never be afraid to ask. You are sitting in a restaurant to enjoy your meal. You don't have to pretend that you understand everything. If you don't know a word, ask. If you don't understand the server, ask. If you need more time, say, "Could I have another minute, please?" That sentence is powerful. It gives you time. You can look at the menu, think, breathe, then choose. Now say these sentences aloud. "Yes, I'm ready to order. I'll have the cheeseburger, please. No onions, please. Extra cheese, please. What do you recommend?" That sounds good. What comes with that? Does this have cheese? Could I have another minute, please? Excellent. You are not just memorizing English. You are building confidence, one sentence at a time. Chapter 5. Ask about the menu without fear. You open the menu. You see a dish that looks delicious. But there's one problem. You don't understand what it is. You stare at the menu. You think, should I ask? Then fear appears. What if my English is wrong? What if they don't understand me? Stoppi. Take a breath. Ask the question. That's how you learn. You'll learn simple questions that can help you understand almost any menu. Imagine you see something called a chicken Alfredo. You don't know what comes with it. Simply ask, what does this come with? The server might explain. It comes with chicken, pasta, and Alfredo sauce. Great! Now you understand. Maybe you want to know about the ingredients. Ask, what's in this? That's short and natural. You can also ask, what are the ingredients? Maybe you see a salad. You don't want onions. Ask, does this have onions? If you want cheese, ask, does this come with cheese? Maybe you're curious about the sauce. Ask, what kind of sauce is this? These questions are incredibly useful. Now, imagine you see something that sounds amazing, but you're not sure how big it is. Ask, is this a large portion? Or, is this enough for one person? Perfect. But what if you still can't decide? Here comes one of the best restaurant phrases. What do you recommend? The server may say, I recommend the grilled chicken. You can say, great, I'll try that. That sounds friendly and natural. Now, sometimes the server may speak quickly. You hear the words, but you don't catch everything. Don't pretend you understand. Don't panic. Just say, sorry, could you explain that again? Or, could you say that a little more slowly? That is completely okay. Remember, asking for clarification is not weakness. It is confidence. You are taking control of the conversation. And here's another powerful sentence. If you need more time to decide, say, I'm still deciding. The server might say, no problem. Take your time. And suddenly, the pressure disappears. You can relax. You can think. You can choose. Now, practice these sentences with emotion. What does this come with? What's in this? Does this have onions? What kind of sauce is this? Is this enough for one person? What do you recommend? Could you explain that again? I'm still deciding. Say each sentence slowly. Again. And again. Because one day, you'll walk into an American restaurant. You'll open the menu. And instead of feeling nervous, you'll think, I know exactly what to say. That feeling is powerful. That is confidence. Chapter 6. Make special requests politely. You're sitting at your table. The food is coming. Everything looks delicious. But suddenly, you realize something. You don't want onions. You want extra sauce. Maybe you need your food cooked a certain way. And then a little fear appears. How do I ask without sounding rude? Relax. You can make special requests in English. And you can do it politely. The secret is simple. Use could I or could you. These two phrases can make your English sound friendly and respectful. Imagine your burger comes with onions. You don't want them. Simply say, "Could I get this without onions, please?" Perfect. Maybe you want extra cheese. Say, "Could I get some extra cheese, please?" Maybe you want extra sauce. Say, "Could I get some extra sauce, please?" Notice the pattern. Could I get, please? Is shorty. It's natural, and it works in many restaurants. Now, imagine you want your fries without salt. You can say, "Could I get the fries without salt, please?" Or maybe you want the sauce on the side. Say, "Could I get the sauce on the side, please?" That phrase is very useful. On the side means you want something served separately. For example, "Could I get the dressing on the side, please?" Easy. Now, maybe you need something that isn't on the table. You can politely ask, "Could I get some extra napkins, please?" Or, "Could I get another glass of water, please?" Or, "Could I get a spoon, please?" Simple requests. No complicated grammar. But sometimes your request may be more specific. Maybe you don't want a certain ingredient. You can say, "Could you leave out the tomatoes, please?" Or, "Could you leave out the onions, please?" And if you're unsure whether the restaurant can do something, ask, "Would that be possible? For example, could I get the sauce on the side? Would that be possible?" Very polite. Now, imagine the server says, "Sure, no problem." You smile and say, "Thank you. I appreciate it." That little sentence sounds warm and respectful. And remember something important. You are allowed to ask for what you need. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't hushy. Don't apologize for every little request. Speak calmly. Speak clearly. And say please. That's confidence. Now practice. "Could I get this without onions, please?" "Could I get some extra cheese, please?" "Could I get some extra sauce, please?" "Could I get the sauce on the side, please?" "Could I get some extra napkins, please?" "Could you leave out the tomatoes, please?" "Would that be possible?" "Thank you. I appreciate it." Say them out loud. Feel the words. Feel your confidence growing. Because every sentence you practice today becomes easier tomorrow. Chapter 7. When your food arrives. The moment has arrived. You've waited. You've practiced. And finally, your food is coming. The server walks toward your table carrying your meal. You can smell the food. You can see the beautiful plate. And for a second, you feel excited. But then the server says, "Here you go." What should you say? Don't freeze. Just smile and say, "Thank you." That's all you need. But now, look carefully at your food. Is everything correct? Maybe you ordered a burger without onions. You look at the plate. There are onions. Your heart drops. You think, "Oh no, what should I say?" Don't worry. This is exactly why you're learning restaurant English. Stay calm, polite, and speak clearly. You can say, "Excuse me, I asked for no onions." That's simple and respectful. The server may say, "Oh, I'm sorry about that." You can respond, "No problem." Could you please fix it? Excellent. Maybe you ordered fries, but they are missing. You can say, excuse me, I'm missing the fries. Or, could I get the fries, please? Maybe you ordered a drink, but it never arrived. Say, excuse me, I haven't received my drink yet. That sounds natural. Now, imagine your food arrives, but you're not sure what something is. Maybe there's a small bowl beside your meal. You can ask, what's this? Or, more politely, what is this served with? The server can explain, and you can simply say, thank you. Now, what if everything looks perfect? Your meal is exactly what you ordered. The server may ask, is everything okay? You can smile and say, yes, everything looks great. Thank you. Or, everything is perfect. Thank you. That sounds warm and friendly. And here's something important. You don't need to feel guilty when something is wrong with your order. Mistakes happen. Restaurants are busy. Servers are human. The goal is not to complain angrily. The goal is to communicate clearly. Stay calm. Use polite words. And explain the problem. Never think, my English isn't good enough to speak up. Your English is enough. Your voice matters. Your message matters. And every time you handle a real situation in English, your confidence becomes stronger. Now, practice these sentences. Thank you. Excuse me, I asked for no onions. Could you please fix it? I'm missing the fries. I haven't received my drink yet. What is this served with? Is everything okay? Yes, everything looks great. Thank you. Say them with confidence. Imagine yourself sitting in a busy American restaurant. The server asks a question. You understand. You answer. And you don't panic. That is the goal. Not perfect English. Confident English. Chapter 8. Ask for help during your meal. You're enjoying your meal. The food tastes great. You finally feel relaxed. You're thinking, I'm doing it. I'm actually speaking English in a restaurant. Suddenly, you need something. Maybe more water. Maybe a fork. Maybe a napkin. You look around. The server is busy. And that little voice in your head says, what if I bother them? Don't worry. You are not bothering anyone. Asking for help is a normal part of eating at a restaurant. And you only need a few simple sentences. First, you need to get your server's attention. You can politely say, excuse. That's it. Not. Hey. Not. Comieri. Just. Excuse. Say it calmly. Say it with a smile. The server may look at you and say, yes, how can I help you? Now you can make your request. Maybe you need more water. Say, could I get some more water? Please. Maybe you need a fork. Say, could I get another fork? Please. Need a spoon. Could I get a spoon? Please. Need extra napkins? Could I get some extra napkins? Please. See the pattern? Could I get, please? This one phrase can help you in so many situations. Now, imagine you're eating your soup. You need some bread. The server is nearby. Say, excuse me, could I get some bread, please? Simple, polite, natural. But what if you need something more specific? Maybe your food is too spicy. You can say, "Excuse me, this is a little too spicy for me." You don't have to sound angry. Just explain the situation. Maybe you want some water. Say, "Could I get some water, please?" Now, imagine you need help understanding something. Maybe you see an unfamiliar item on your plate. Asks, "Could you tell me what this is?" The server explains it. You smile and say, "Ah, see. Thank you. Beautiful." You just had a real conversation in English. And here's the most important lesson. Don't be afraid to speak up. Your English does not have to be perfect. Your sentence can be short. Your pronunciation can have an accent. That does not make your English bad. Communication is about connecting with people. So speak. Ask. Listen. Try again. And keep going. Now practice these sentences. "Excuse me. Could I get some more water? Please. Could I get another fork? Please. Could I get some extra napkins? Please. Could I get some bread? Please. This is a little too spicy for me. Could you tell me what this is?" "Ah, I see. Thank you." Say each sentence aloud. Imagine the restaurant around you. Imagine the server standing beside your table. Now speak with confidence. You are ready. Chapter 9. When something is wrong with your food. You take your first bite. You were excited. You were hungry. You were expecting something delicious. But then, something feels wrong. Maybe the food is too cold. Maybe it's too spicy. Maybe you received the wrong dish. Your heart starts racing. You think, "Oh no, what do I say?" Helaas. This is not a disaster. Restaurants are busy. Mistakes can happen. And you can handle the situation in simple English. The first thing to remember is, stay calm. You don't need to become angry. You don't need a long explanation. You just need to clearly explain the problem. Let's imagine your food is cold. You can politely say, "Excuse me, this is a little cold." Simple. Clear. The server may say, "I'm sorry about that." You can respond, "Could you please warm it up?" Perfect. Now, imagine your food is too spicy. Maybe you expected something mild. But after one bite, your mouth says, "No way." Don't panic. You can say, "Excuse me, this is too spicy for me." Then ask, "Could I get something less spicy, please?" That's polite and natural. Now, imagine you ordered chicken, but you received pasta. You look at the plate. You know immediately, this is not what I ordered. You can say, "Excuse me, I ordered the chicken." The server may check the order and apologize. You can say, "No problem. Could you bring the chicken, please?" That's it. No anger, shouting, just clear communication. Now, imagine one item is missing. Maybe you ordered a side salad. It isn't there. Say, "Excuse me, I'm missing the side salad." Or, "Could I get the side salad, please?" Very easy. What if you don't like the taste? This can feel uncomfortable. You don't want to sound rude. You can sound, "I'm sorry, but this isn't quite what I expected. That sounds respectful. If you need help, ask. Could you recommend something else? Wonderful. And remember this. You are not being rude when you calmly explain a problem. Rude behavior is yelling, insulting someone, or being disrespectful. Speaking politely about your food is completely different. You deserve to communicate clearly. Your English doesn't have to be perfect. Even this simple sentence can solve a problem. Excuse me, there seems to be a mistake with my order. Powerful. Simple. Natural. Now practice. This is a little cold. Could you please warm it up? This is too spicy for me. Could I get something less spicy, please? I ordered the chicken. I'm missing the side salad. This isn't quite what I expected. Could you recommend something else? There seems to be a mistake with my order. Say them slowly. Say them confidently. Because confidence isn't about never having problems. Confidence is knowing what to do when a problem happens. And now you know. Chapter 10. Asking for the check and paying. You finished your meal. The food was delicious. You had a great conversation. And suddenly, you realize it's time to pay. But then your confidence disappears for a second. You think, wait, what do I say? Don't worry. This moment is much easier than you think. In American restaurants, one of the most common words you'll hear is check. When you are ready to pay, simply say, could we get the check, please? That's natural. That's polite. And that's all you need. If you are alone, you can say, could I get the check, please? You can also say, can we get the check, please? Both sound natural in everyday American English. Now, imagine the server brings the check. You look at you. Take a breath. Don't panic. You may want to check the amount. You can say, could I take a look at the check? Or simply, thank you. Now, imagine you are paying with a card. The server may bring the payment machine. You can simply follow the instructions on the screen. If you have a question, ask, can I pay by card? The server may say, absolutely. Great. Now, imagine you want to pay with cash. You can say, I'll pay with cash. Simple. Natural. Now comes another important word. Tip. In the United States, restaurant bills often include a suggested tip amount. If you are unsure about something on the bill, you can ask, could you explain this charge, please? That is a very useful sentence. You don't have to feel embarrassed. If you don't understand something, ask. Now, imagine the bill has more than one person's meal. You want separate checks. Say, could we get separate checks, please? Excellent. If you're paying together, you can say, one check, please. Now, imagine everything is finished. You paid. You are standing up. The server says, thank you. Have a great day. Smile and respond. Thank you. Yuto. That tiny sentence sounds friendly and natural. And before you leave, remember something powerful. You just walked into a restaurant speaking English. You ordered food. You asked questions. You handled problems. You communicated. And you paid in English, too. Maybe your English wasn't perfect. It doesn't matter. You did there. That's progress. So, practice these sentences. Could we get the check, please? Could I get the check, please? Can I pay by card? I'll pay with cash. Could you explain this charge, please? Could we get separate checks, please? One check, please. Thank you. Yuto. Say them aloud. Feel the confidence. Because you're no longer just learning restaurant English. You're learning how to handle real life in English. Chapter 11. Understand your server with confidence. You're sitting at your table. Your food has arrived. Everything feels good. Then suddenly you question. You hear the words. But you don't understand. Your heart drops. For 1 second, you think, oh no, what am I supposed to say? Stoppy. Take a breath. You are okay. You don't need to understand every single word. You just need to recognize some common restaurant questions. Let's practice. Your server may ask, how is everything? This simply means, is your food okay? If everything is good, smile and say, everything is great, thank you. Or, it's delicious, thank you. Easy. But maybe something is wrong. You come say, everything is good, but could I get some more water, please? Now, your server may ask, can I get you anything else? This means, do you need anything more? If you don't need anything, say, no, thank you. I'm all set. That phrase is very useful. I'm all set. It means you have everything you need. Maybe you want something. Say, yes, could I get some extra napkins, please? Perfect. Now, your server may ask, are you ready to order? If you are ready, yes, I'm ready. If you need more time, could I have a few more minutes, please? That's polite and natural. Maybe your server asks, would you like anything to drink? You can answer, I'll have some water, please. Or, I'll have an iced tea, please. Now comes another common question. Would you like dessert? If you want dessert, yes, please. What do you recommend? If you don't, no, thank you. I'm full. Simple. Natural. Confident. Your server may also ask, how many? If you're ordering something to share, you can explain. One for the table, please. Now, imagine the server says something you don't understand. This is where many beginners freeze. Don't freeze. Don't pretend. Don't smile and say yes when you have no idea what they said. Instead, say, sorry, what do you mean? Or, could you say that again, please? These sentences are your safety net. They give you time. They give you control. And most importantly, they keep the conversation moving. Remember, confident English does not mean understanding everything instantly. Sometimes confidence means saying, I didn't catch that. That's completely normal. Now, practice these questions and answers. How is everything? Everything is great. Thank you. Can I get you anything else? No, thank you. I'm all set. Are you ready to order? Could I have a few more minutes, please? Would you like dessert? No, thank you. I'm full. Sorry, what do you mean? Could you say that again, please? Say them aloud. Again and again. One day, a server will ask you one of these questions. And instead of panic, you'll smile. You'll understand. And you'll answer. That is the moment you know your confidence is growing. Chapter 12. Ordering with friends and family. Imagine this. You're sitting at a restaurant with friends. Everyone is laughing. The music is playing. The server walks over. Then suddenly you. What would you like? Your heart jumps. You know what you want. But now everyone is listening. You feel nervous. You think, what if I make a mistake? Take a breath. Look at the server. And remember, you don't have to impress anyone. You just have to communicate. Start with a simple sentence. I'll have the chicken sandwich, please. That's it. No complicated English. No long explanation. Just clear and confident. Now, imagine your friend says, "What are you getting?" You can answer, "I think I'll get the burger." Or, "I'm going to try the pasta." Maybe you're not sure yet. Say, "I'm still deciding." Your friend might say, "Take your time." Perfect. Now, imagine the server asks, "What would you like as your side?" Maybe you want fries. Say, "Fries, please." Maybe you want a salad. Say, "A salad, please." Maybe you don't understand the choices. Don't panic. Ask, "What are the options?" That one sentence can save you. Now, imagine everyone orders quickly. But you need more time. You don't have to rush. Simply say, "Could I have another minute, please?" The server will understand. Now, maybe you want to share an appetizer with your friends. You can say, "Could we get one to share, please?" Or, "Let's get this for the table." Natural American English. Now, imagine your friend offers you some food. You don't want any. Smile and say, "No, thank you. I'm good. Want to try it?" Say, "Sure, I'd love to try some." These little conversations happen all the time, and you can be part of them. You don't have to stay silent. You don't have to let other people speak for you. Use your voice. Even if your English has an accent. Speak. Even if your grammar isn't perfect. Speak. Even if you feel nervous. Speak. Because every time you participate in a real conversation, your fear gets smaller and your confidence gets bigger. Now, let's practice a mini conversation. Server, what can I get for you? Ooh, I'll have the grilled chicken, please. Server, what side would you like? So, fries, please. Server, anything else? You, no, thank you. That's all. That's a complete restaurant conversation. Shorty, clear, natural. And you did it. Remember these powerful phrases. I'll have. I'm still deciding. What are the options? Could I have another minute, please? Let's get this for the table. No, thank you. I'm good. Sure, I'd love to try some. You are getting stronger. You are getting faster. And most importantly, you are becoming fearless. Chapter 13. Making a reservation with confidence. Imagine this. You want to eat at a popular restaurant. You call the restaurant. Phone rings. Your heart starts beating faster. Someone answers. Thank you for calling. How can I help you? Suddenly, your mind goes blank. You think, what do I say now? Take a breath. You are ready. You only need a few simple sentences. Start with, Hi, I'd like to make a reservation, please. That sentence is powerful. It tells the restaurant exactly what you need. The person may ask, for how many people? You can say, for 2, please. Maybe you're booking for 4. For 4, please. Easy. Next, they may ask, what day? You can say, for Saturday, please. Then they may ask, Jimmy, you can answer, around 7 o'clock, please. Now, imagine they say, we have 7:30 available. If that works for you, say, that works for me. Fantastic. But what if that time doesn't work? Don't panic. Say, do you have anything earlier? Or, do you have anything later? These are very useful phrases. Maybe they say, we have 6:30 available. You can say, perfect. That works. Now comes another important question. The restaurant may ask, can I get your name? You simply give your name. Then they may ask for a phone number. If you don't understand, say, could you repeat that, please? Remember, you are allowed to ask someone to repeat themselves. You don't have to pretend. Now, imagine you already have a reservation. You walk into the restaurant. The host asks, do you have a reservation? You can smile and say, yes, I do. It's under Michael. That sounds natural and confident. Maybe they can't find your reservation. Don't panic. Say, could you check again, please? Or, I made the reservation for 7 o'clock. Stay calm. Stay polite. Your goal is communication, not perfection. And here's something powerful. You don't need to speak fast to sound confident. Speak slowly. Use short sentences. Pause when you need to. Breathe. You are in control. Now let's practice a complete reservation conversation. Restaurant. How can I help you? Oh. Hi, I'd like to make a reservation, please. Restaurant. For how many people? You. For 2, please. Restaurant. What day? You. Saturday, please. Restaurant. Jimmy? You. Around 7 o'clock, please. Restaurant. We have 7:30 available. You. That works for me. Beautiful. You just completed an entire reservation conversation. Now say these phrases aloud. I'd like to make a reservation, please. For 2, please. What time is available? Do you have anything earlier? Do you have anything later? That works for me. It's under Michael. Could you check again, please? Your confidence is growing. Armbam. You don't need perfect English to make yourself understood. You need courage. You need practice. Chapter 14. When the restaurant is busy. You walk into the restaurant. You're excited. You have a reservation. You're ready for a great meal. But then, you see a huge crowd. People are waiting. The host looks busy. Your heart starts beating faster. You think, what if they don't have my table? Relax. Don't panic. Busy restaurants are normal. And you can handle this situation with simple English. Walk to the host stand and smile. Say, "Hi, I have a reservation." The host may ask, "What name is it under?" You answer, "It's under Michael." The host checks the system. Then they say, "Your table will be ready in about 15 minutes. You might feel disappointed, but stay calm. You can say, "Okay, thank you." Or, "No problem." Thank you. Simple, polite, confident. Now, imagine you've already been waiting for a while. You want to know what's happening. You don't need to get angry. Just ask, "Excuse me, do you know how much longer it will be?" That sounds natural. The host might say, "It should be about 10 more minutes." You can respond, "Okay, thank you for letting me know." Beautiful. Now, imagine you don't have a reservation. The host asks, "How many?" Use 2, please. Then the host says, "It's about a 30-minute wait. Maybe you're okay with that." Say, "That's fine. We can wait." But maybe you don't want to wait. You can politely say, "Okay, thank you. We'll come back another time." No anger, no frustration, just a calm response. Now, imagine you're waiting for your food. 20 minutes pass, then 30. You're getting hungry. You look around. Instead of getting upset, use your English. Say, "Excuse me, could you check on our order?" That's a fantastic sentence. The server may say, "I'll check right away." You can respond, "Thank you. I appreciate it." Now, imagine your food is taking longer than expected. You can ask, "Do you know how much longer it might be?" Simple, respectful, clear. And here's a powerful lesson. Confidence is not about staying calm when everything is perfect. Real confidence appears when things go wrong. The restaurant is crowded. Your table is late. Your food is delayed. You feel frustrated. But you don't lose control. You breathe. You speak. You communicate. That is confidence. Now practice. I have a reservation. It's under Michael. How much longer will it be? That's fine. We can wait. We'll come back another time. Could you check on our order? How much longer might it be? Thank you. I appreciate it. Say each sentence with a calm voice. Don't hashi. Don't whisper. Speak like you belong there. Because you do. You don't need perfect English to deserve confidence. You just need the courage to use the English you know. Chapter 15. Talk about food allergies clearly. Imagine sitting at a restaurant. You open the menu. Everything looks delicious. You find something you really want to order. But then you remember something important. You have a food allergy. Suddenly, you feel nervous. You think, "How do I explain this in English?" Take a breath. This is serious, but your English does not have to be complicated. You need to be clear, direct, and confident. Start with, I have a food allergy. That sentence is extremely important. Then say the food. I'm allergic to peanuts. Or, I'm allergic to shellfish. Or, I'm allergic to dairy. Speak clearly. Don't whisper. Don't feel embarrassed. Your safety comes first. Now, imagine the server recommends a dish. You like it, but you're not sure about the ingredients. Ask, does this contain peanuts? Or, does this contain dairy? You can also ask, are there any nuts in this? These questions are simple and powerful. Now, imagine the server says, I'm not sure. Don't guess. Don't say, it's probably fine. Instead, say, could you please check with the kitchen? That is an important sentence. You want accurate information. The server may return and explain what is in the dish. If you understand, say, thank you for checking. But what if the dish contains the food you're allergic to? Stay calm. Say, I can't have that. Then ask, is there another option without it? Excellent. Now, imagine you are worried about cross-contact. You can ask, can this be prepared without peanuts? Or, can you make sure there are no nuts in it? Keep your language clear. Don't be afraid to repeat yourself if necessary. If the restaurant cannot safely accommodate your allergy, it is okay to choose something else or not order that dish. Remember, being confident doesn't mean taking unnecessary risks. It means communicating your needs clearly. Now, let's imagine a complete conversation. Server, what would you like? You, I'd like the chicken, please. But I have a peanut allergy. Server, okay, let me check the ingredients. You, thank you. Could you please check with the kitchen? The server checks, then returns. You listen carefully. You ask questions if needed. That is responsible communication. And remember this, you never need to apologize for having an allergy. You are not being difficult. You are explaining something important. Your health and safety matter. So speak clearly, speak slowly, and make sure the server understands. Now practice. I have a food allergy. I'm allergic to peanuts. Does this contain peanuts? Are there any nuts in this? Could you please check with the kitchen? I can't have that. Is there another option without it? Thank you for checking. Say them again. Let the words become familiar, because if you ever need them, you don't want fear to stop you from speaking. You want confidence. You want clarity. Chapter 16, Food Preferences and Substitutions. You're sitting at the restaurant. The menu looks amazing. You finally find something you want. But there's one problem. It comes with an ingredient you don't want. Maybe you want vegetables instead of fries. Maybe you want your sauce on the side. Maybe you want a different side dish. And suddenly, you think, can I really ask for that in English? Absolutely. This is your food. And you can politely ask about available options. You just need simple sentences. Start with, can I substitute this? That means you want to replace one item with another. For example, can I substitute the salad for the fries? Excellent. You can also say, could I get vegetables instead of fries? Simple. Natural. Clear. Maybe you want a different side. Ask. Could I get a side salad instead? That tiny word, instead, is incredibly useful. It helps you explain what you want to change. Now, imagine you want your sauce separate. Say, could I get the sauce on the side, please? Maybe you want dressing on the side. Could I get the dressing on the side, please? Perfect. But what if you don't know whether the restaurant allows substitutions? Don't guess. Ask. Can I substitute the fries? Or, is it possible to change the side? The server may say, sure. Great. But sometimes the restaurant may say, sorry, we can't substitute that. Don't feel embarrassed. Simply say, okay, no problem. Then choose another option. That's confident communication. Now, imagine you're ordering a burger. The menu says it comes with onions and pickles. You don't want either. You can't say, could I get the burger without onions and pickles, please? Maybe you want extra lettuce. Say, could I get extra lettuce, please? Want extra tomatoes. Could I get extra tomatoes, please? Notice the pattern again. Could I get? This phrase is your restaurant superpower. Now, imagine your friend asks, why are you changing everything? You can smile and say, that's just what I prefer. Simple. No long explanation needed. Remember, you don't have to feel guilty about your preferences. You can be polite and still ask for what you want. Just avoid sounding demanding. Instead of, give me vegetables, say, could I get vegetables instead of fries, please? That small change makes your sentence sound much more polite. Now practice. Can I substitute this? Could I get vegetables instead of fries? Could I get a side salad instead? Could I get the sauce on the side, please? Is it possible to change the side? Could I get the burger without onions, please? Could I get extra lettuce, please? Okay, no problem. That's just what I prefer. Say them with confidence. You are learning something bigger than restaurant English. You're learning how to express yourself. And every time you speak up, you become a little stronger. Your English is not holding you back anymore. Chapter 17. Small talk with your server. You're sitting in a restaurant. Your food has arrived. The atmosphere feels warm. Then your server walks over and says, how's your day going? And suddenly, you freeze. You think, wait, is this a restaurant question or a real conversation? Don't worry. This is called small talk. Small talk is simply a short, friendly conversation. And you can do it with very simple English. You don't need big words. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need a few natural phrases. The server asks, how's your day going? You can smile and say, it's going great, thank you. How about you? You just started a conversation. Maybe the server says, I'm doing well, thanks. You can respond, that's good to hear. Simple, friendly, natural. Now, imagine the server says, is this your first time here? If it is, say, yes, it is. Then you can ask, what do you recommend? That gives the server a chance to help you. Maybe they say, our grilled chicken is really popular. You can respond, "That sounds delicious." Or, "I'll have to try that next time." Great! Now, imagine you've been to the restaurant before. You can say, "No, I've been here before." Maybe you want to mention something you enjoyed. "I really liked the pasta last time." That sounds natural. Small talk doesn't have to be long. Sometimes, just a few sentences are enough. Now, what if you don't understand the server? Don't panic. You can say, "Sorry, I didn't catch that." That means you didn't hear or understand clearly. Then ask, "Could you say that again?" Perfect. Now, imagine the server compliments your choice. "That's a great choice." You can smile and say, "Thanks, I'm excited to try it." That's friendly American English. And here's something important. You don't have to force small talk. If you're tired or you simply want to enjoy your meal quietly, that's okay. You can be polite without having a long conversation. A simple "Thank you" or "I appreciate it" is enough. Confidence doesn't mean talking all the time. Confidence means knowing how to respond comfortably. Now, let's practice a mini conversation. Server, how's your day going? Yo, it's going great, thank you. How about you? Server, I'm doing well. Is this your first time here? Yes, it is. What do you recommend? Server, our grilled chicken is very popular. Oh, that sounds delicious. I'll try that. Lokachi de. You just had a natural conversation. No complicated vocabulary. No difficult grammar. Just simple English. Now practice these phrases. How's your day going? It's going great, thank you. How about you? That's good to hear. Is this your first time here? What do you recommend? That sounds delicious. I'll have to try that next time. Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you say that again? Say them aloud. Let your voice become stronger. Chapter 18, Splitting the Bill with Confidence. The meal is over. Everyone is happy. The food was great. The conversation was even better. Then the check arrives. And suddenly, everyone looks at each other. Someone asks, "How are we splitting this?" Your heart jumps. You think, "Oh no, what do I say?" Relax. This situation is common, and you can handle it with simple English. If everyone wants to pay for their own meal, say, "Can we get separate checks, please?" That is one of the most useful phrases to remember. The server may ask, "How many checks?" You can answer, "3 checks, please." Or, "For separate checks, please." Simple. Clair. Natural. Now, imagine you want to split the bill evenly. You can say, "Could we split the bill evenly, please?" That means everyone pays the same amount. Maybe 2 people want to share 1 check. You can say, "Could we split the check between 2 cards?" The exact payment process can vary by restaurant, so if you're unsure, simply ask, "Can we pay separately?" The server can explain the options. Now, imagine your friend says, "I'll pay this time." You want to thank them. Say, "Are you sure?" Then, "Thank you. I really appreciate it." That sounds warm and natural. Maybe you want to pay your share. Say, I'd like to pay my part. Or, how much do I owe you? That second sentence is especially useful when a friend paid the entire bill. Now, imagine someone says, it's $20. You can respond, okay, here you go. Simple. Now, what if you're confused about the total? Don't guess. Ask. Could you help me understand the bill? That's completely okay. Maybe you see a charge you don't recognize. Stay calm. Say, what is this charge for? The server can explain. Remember, asking questions about money is not rude when you do it politely. You are simply making sure everyone understands the bill. Now, let's imagine a complete conversation. Friend, how should we split the bill? You, can we get separate checks? Please. Server, how many checks? You, 3 checks, please. Friend, thanks. You, no problem. Easy. Now practice these phrases. Can we get separate checks, please? 3 checks, please. Can we pay separately? Could we split the bill evenly? Please. I'd like to pay my part. How much do I owe you? Could you help me understand the bill? What is this charge for? Thank you. I really appreciate it. Say each sentence aloud. Hashi. Speak clearly. Feel your confidence. Because restaurant English isn't only about ordering food. It's about handling real conversations, real questions, real situations. Ras. Even real money. But now you know what to say. You don't have to stay silent. You don't have to feel embarrassed. You can speak for yourself. And that's powerful. Chapter 19. Leave the restaurant like a confident English speaker. The meal is over. The plates are empty. The conversation is finished. You look around the restaurant, and suddenly you realize it's time to leave. For some people, this final moment can feel surprisingly difficult. What do you say? How do you thank the server? What if someone says something to you at the door? Don't worry. You've already learned so much. Now let's finish strong. When your server comes to the table and says, "Thank you for coming in," you can smile and say, "Thank you. We had a great time." That sounds warm, friendly, and natural. You can also say, "Everything was great. Thank you." Simple, powerful. Now, imagine you want to compliment the restaurant. You can say, "The food was delicious," or "We really enjoyed the meal." These are easy sentences that can make your conversation feel natural. Maybe the server says, "Have a great night." Your answer, "Thank you. You too." That's one of the easiest phrases you can use. Now, imagine you're walking toward the door. An employee says, "Have a good one." Don't panic. This is a casual American expression. It simply means, "Have a good day" or "Have a good night." You can answer, "You too." That's it. Now, imagine you want to come back. You can say, "We'll definitely come back." Or, "We'd love to come back." Beautiful. Natural. Friendly. But here's something bigger. Think about Chapter 1. Remember how nervous you felt when you first walked into the restaurant? Maybe you were afraid to speak. Maybe you worried about making mistakes. Maybe you thought, my English isn't good enough. But look at you now. You know how to enter a restaurant. You know how to order. You know how to ask questions. You know how to make requests. You know how to handle mistakes. You know how to ask for the check. You know how to split the bill. You know how to leave with confidence. That's progress. And here's the truth. Your English doesn't need to be perfect. You may have an accent. You may make grammar mistakes. You may forget a word. That's okay. You are still communicating. Confidence doesn't mean never making mistakes. Confidence means refusing to let mistakes stop you. So practice these final phrases. Thank you. We had a great time. Everything was great. Thank you. The food was delicious. We really enjoyed the meal. Have a great night. Thank you. You too. We'll definitely come back. We'd love to come back. Say them with a smile. Say them with energy. Say them like you mean them. Because your restaurant English journey is almost complete. But there is one final chapter, and it may be the most important one of all. Chapter 20 will bring everything together. You'll walk into an American restaurant. From the front door, to the table, to the order, to the check. Chapter 20, your final confidence challenge. This is it. Chapter 20, the final chapter. But this is not the end. This is the beginning of something bigger. Think back to the first chapter. You walked into a restaurant. Your heart was beating fast. You were afraid to speak. You were afraid of making mistakes. Maybe you thought, what if I say something wrong? But today, you're different. You have practiced. You have learned. And now, it's time for the final challenge. Imagine you walk into an American restaurant. The host smiles. Hi, welcome. How many? You smile back. Hi, a table for two, please. The host says, right this way. You answer, thank you. You sit down. The server arrives. What can I get you to drink? Yes. I'll have an iced tea, please. The server asks, are you ready to order? You smile. Yes, I'm ready to order. You look at the menu. I'll have the grilled chicken, please. Could I get vegetables instead of fries? The server says, sure. You ask, what does it come with? The server explains. You understand. You smile. Perfect. Thank you. Your food arrives. The server asks, how is everything? You answer, everything is great. Thank you. A few minutes later, you need more water. You don't panic. You simply say, excuse me, could I get some more water, please? Later, you're finished. You look at the server and say, could we get the check, please? The check arrives. You pay. You stungy up. The server smiles. Thank you. Have a great night. You smile and answer. Thank you. You too. Then you walk through the door. You step outside. And suddenly, you realize something. You did it. You spoke English. Not perfectly. not without mistakes, but confidently. And that is what matters. Listen carefully. You do not need perfect English to live your life. You need the courage to use the English you already know. One sentence can open a conversation. One question can solve a problem. One small step can change how you feel about yourself. So, don't wait until your English is perfect. Speak now. Don't wait until you stop making mistakes. Practice now. Don't wait until you feel completely confident. Build confidence by speaking. Your accent is not a wall. Your mistakes are not the end. Your fear does not control you. You are learning. You are improving. You are moving forward. So the next time you walk into an American restaurant, lift your head, take a breath, smile. Smile. Because you are not the person who walked into chapter 1 anymore. You are stronger. You are braver. You are more confident. And remember this final sentence. I don't need perfect English. I just need the courage to speak. Say it one more time. I don't need perfect English. I just need the courage to speak. That is your real victory. That is your confidence. And that is how you start speaking English without fear.